I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is awesome.
Walk into the club like, what? I got a big now. Pumped up, I bought some from the thrift shop. Ice in the fridge, it's so frost. And people like,
Damn, that's a cool monkey.
rolling in hella deep, headed to the mezzanine. Dressed in all pink, except my gator shoes. Those are green, draped in a leopard mink. Girl standing next to me. Probably should've washed this. It smells like R. Kelly sheets. But it was 99 cents. About to cop it and wash it. And about to go and get some compliments. Pass
Welcome everyone, Arian Muino, founder of Zen Millionaires and creator of Getting the Vortex. My goal is to make this video lesson incredibly valuable to you. Vortex trading takes the guesswork out of trading in the stock market. You will learn the 4 steps I use to find stocks that rise over 20% in one day. It's a simple process where you can use our structure to make money in the stock market and enjoy more freedom. In Getting the Vortex, you get a step-by-step blueprint, like an instruction manual, on how I know when to buy and when to sell in the stock market. First, let me make my lawyer happy and avoid getting him a heart attack by briefing you quickly on the disclaimer on this course. I am not a licensed financial advisor or a stockbroker. Everything I say on this video is for educational purposes only. Nor I or Zen Millionaires LLC is liable for any risk or losses you may have on the stock market. This video is not to be considered advised on what stocks to buy or sell. It is simply an overview on how I approach the stock market. Also note that past performance is not an indicator of future performance. Trading the stock market can be a very risky investment of your time and your money, and may result in losses. It's highly recommended that you take any knowledge that you get from this video as a starting point and seek professional advice before you make any investment. First, a little intro on myself. My name is Arian Muino, and I use the stock market full-time. As you probably have seen on my live trades and my live videos, I have made $1,000 to $5,000 sometimes in just a couple of hours. I left the corporate world in 2006, where I was happily working for a decent salary as a contractor for medium-sized investment firms as a computer programmer and algorithm developer. Also, I did some work as a cyber threat protection for a private group of wealth investors. And that's when I discovered the Fibonacci vortex and found out how the banks had rigged the game in their favor. I started trading my own account with $900 in 2006 as a hobby and pushed through many barriers and proven what works for me works for anyone who follows these processes and systems. That's why in 2016 I started sharing my entire strategy to the friends and to the public. As a quick overview, these are the 4 steps. First, I find the Fibonacci vortex in the chart and I set the breaking point. I connect the dots with the 9 EMA, which is the exponential moving average, and I look for the volume movement and I look for the timing of the breakout. I will show you how I find the trades and how you can become financially independent by investing short term. So welcome you again to the introduction of the stock market, and I hope you get the confidence you need to start trading successfully and change the way you invest and earn money. You want to change, and whatever is standing between you and that reality, well, we'll cross that bridge together. I would like to take a minute first to show you what you probably don't know. To start, I want you to see here every day 10 to 15 companies jump anywhere from 5 to 300% sometimes. All this in one single day. And this you can check out at finviz.com, but we'll go over this website a little bit later. I want to show you here an example on the stock AOXY, which I bought at $9.50, as you can see on the alert. I bought $5,000 at 11 cents and alerted my students and my Inner Circle Mastermind group. Later, around lunchtime, I sold for a high of 19 cents, making a nice $3,600 profit because it was up about 40%. I thought it was done, but guess what? Look at the chart. It kept going and going, just like the Energizer Bunny. Look at the percentage. It went up over 4,000% in one day. It got to the point of going to 64, 69 cents. And by the way, congrats to Robert, one of my top members. He made on this one over $15,000. This is freaking amazing. And this brings me to my alerts. I want you to see here how I send out my activity and what type of alerts you receive. First, at the beginning of the day, 2 to 3 times a week, I send a hot list. And these are the stocks on watch that you can use to create your own strategy as well. Some of my members don't like to trade every day, so you can make a lot of profits also holding some of these stocks for a few days or even weeks. For example, here, before the market opened at 9:17, I sent an alert with these companies: CYTR, CATB, CANF, CTIC, and LLNW. These are the stocks that I was watching for the day. Later, you can see I bought the one that we saw previously on the other slide, AOXY, for 11 cents and sold it at 12.48 for $3,600. As you can see, this day was $6,500 in one day. And I was done at lunchtime. And this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to become good at it, practice it, so you could only have to spend 2, 3, 4 hours a day on this, and then you're done. And that's why I want you to see the opportunities that are possible. This is doable, this is satisfying, and this is how you can create your own business with the stock market. This is easier than it's ever been. Now, day trading versus long-term investment. Long-term, most people know what it is. This is what the bank offers you anywhere you go. You go to Wells Fargo, you go to Chase, you go to Regions Bank, any bank, and they're going to offer you to invest your money for 6 months or a year, and they're going to offer you about 2 to 3% profit on a year. Day trading is a little bit different. It involves buying and selling a stock on the same day. It's a little bit more fast-paced, and it's a little bit more demanding strategy because you have to look more often your stocks that you are invested in. Your emotions need to be in check and controlled, and you need to be prepared to sell a stock right away if it flips on you. Now, how much do I need to start an account? This is probably the number one question I get, and I always think it's funny because that's like saying, if you're going out on a date, asking the girl, okay, what's the minimum I need to get you going on a date? It's like saying, do we need to go to an expensive restaurant, or do a fast food place is gonna be it? This is the way I look at it. It's funny to me because this could be your business, this could be your life, and to answer it, hopefully for the last time, it's $500 minimum. I think E-Trade or Fidelity, that's the minimum they require. But I recommend you start with 4,000 to 10,000. It's better because then you'll be able to trade 2 to 3 times a week, and you could diversify. You could take advantage of different opportunities. And I want to make clear one point here, which is the third bullet point. Accounts under $25,000 can only do 4 round trips trades a week. That means you can only buy and sell 4 times a week if you have under $25,000. And this is not me. This is just the rules of the Security and Exchange Commission. So you have to plan your trades and you have to follow a strategy so you don't get your account frozen. If you do more than 4 times a week, your account might get frozen for 90 days. So you won't be able to use your account. How much money into each trade? What I advise is usually to divide your account. Never go all in into one opportunity. For example, I have here, if you have a $5,000 account, maybe you could only trade $2,000 per position. That gives you more room in case there's another opportunity. You have money available to invest. And in case the stock or your investment flips and you have to sell quickly, you limit your risk as well. On a $10,000 account, maybe you can only trade $4,000 at a time, and that gives you room to avoid risk and maximize your profits. Because sometimes, as you can see on my alert, there's 2 or 3 opportunities every day. Now, things to avoid. I like to avoid high-risk gambles. I like to avoid rumors, and I like to avoid sub-penny stocks. That means penny stocks under 1 cent. A lot of clients and a lot of friends always send me messages, what do you think about this stock? Everybody's talking about it over the weekend. And when I look up the chart, there's no activity. So it's basically a rumor. And these are the stocks that you lose all your money in. There's no backbone, there's nothing on the chart, there's no pattern, there's no algorithms on the chart. There's really no reason to get into this stock. So I avoid that. I try to balance my risk and reward. I look for stocks that have the potential to go up 20 to 50% because they have been there. And I like to get stocks that they have been on the baseline. So in case if it drops, it will only drop about 5 to 7%. So my goal is to profit 20% minimum and to lose under 5%. That's my max. As I said before, you could make this your own business. And for me, having a digital business is the future. There's no need to find a product. You don't need to sell a product. You don't need to keep an inventory. You don't need to lease a store. You don't need to lease a warehouse. You don't need employees. There's no competition with anybody. So, and plus you get to own and help new and emerging US companies. And that for me is the real American dream. So set your goals, as you see here, and work your way to get there. Start with a practice account. Even if you do have, $5,000, $10,000 to start your account, also start a practice account. And we provide one. We provide an app with a practice account with $100,000 on live price quotes. For example, here I put the average of 396 profits a day. That would be in the range of $100,000 a year. If you average $1,900 a day, you will be around $500,000 a year. And if you average $3,900 a day, you'll be already in the $1 million a year. And as you saw previously on my previous slide of the alerts, I had a day of $6,000. So this is doable. This is perfect because, like I said, this is the future. You don't need product, you don't need an inventory, you don't need a store. There's no competition. You don't need employees. I mean, what else can I tell you about it? It's the best. Now, this is the end of the introduction for the Facebook Live video. So here on, only the members are going to have access. So if you're not a member and your video ends here, I advise you to go to zenmillionaires.com and sign up for the complete class, where I will go on every step of the class and every step I take to buy and sell stocks and how to get your demo account. So look forward to seeing you there. If you're a member, hang on and we'll keep going with the class.
I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is awesome.
Walking to the club like, what up? I got a big nah, bumped up. I bought some from the thrift shop. Ice in the fridge, just so frosty. And people like, damn, that's a cool monkey. Rolling in hella deep, headed to the mezzanine. Dressed in all pink, except my gator shoes. Those are green, draped in a leopard mink. Girl standing next to me. Probably should've washed this. It smells like arcade sheets. But it was 99 cents. About to cop it and wash it. About to go and get some compliments. Passing off on those moccasins. Someone